Welcome to Crimson Guitars, welcome to my home studio. I'm Ben Crow, I'm a guitar builder, and I'm going to be doing some crazy things today. If you haven't watched the beginning of the series, the Cyberpunk 2077 build, inspired build, go back, check it out. There's puppies, there's kittens, there's just all sorts of stuff happening. Hell, I've even got chickens. But mainly, we're here for the guitars. Burn it. Haha, yay! In this episode, I'm going to do the fretboard. That's going to be glued onto the neck and well sorted and finished. I'm going to finish the LEDs in the body. The central section is going to be lit up and strobing and stuff and nonsense. And we're pretty much, unless I am much mistaken, going to be ready for finish. Because I want to get back to normal programming. I want to do more than one video a week. I want to get on with my life.
I am not the smartest individual in this room. And I'm alone right now. I have issues. These are not 100% inlaid into the fretboard. The resistors are all just a little bit high in places, and it's not perfect. So what I'm planning on doing is gluing just a thin strip of veneer in all available spaces. Before that, I need to do a little bit of routing, run some leads out here, because I desperately require a powered sort of logo. I don't desperately, I mean, it just needs to happen. So yeah, a little bit more jiggery-pokery and then we can start playing. Who am I kidding? This is all playing. After the shenanigans I had routing all of that out, I thought there must be a fence available for a Dremel, and there is such a thing. I think it's a grouting attachment, but this allows, it's a circle cutting jig, but it's also got a little fence here, and that will allow me to quickly and easily do what I need to do. Pretty cool. This isn't a sponsored video, just a cool tool. I have done it again. When I am in abstract, thinking about the million things going on in my head, I'm currently in the process of founding what might end up being a multinational community interest company, for example. The guitar building tends to suffer. And I'm like, okay, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem. It's not an obvious way of doing it. I'll just put some veneer in between the two things and we're fine. What I'm actually going to do is, instead of getting an iron out and removing this whole fretboard, I'm going to get a Crimson Guitars fret puller of awesomeness, awesome shininess, and I'm going to take the frets out. Normally at this stage I would heat up the fret with a soldering iron, and that helps avoid tear out. I have no interest in avoiding tear out. I have already destroyed this fretboard. I'm going to drill out the mother of pearl dots, and I'm just going to plane the fretboard down and then leave a thin veneer, and I'll sort of use a chalk fit type method to figure out where I need to inlay the wiring that is proud. This is Nico's first trip into the field since having his balls removed. He's very happy now. I've just come back from lunch where I spent a happy 20 minutes or so watching Brad Angove and Texas Toast Guitars roast me and everybody else involved in the Great Guitar Build-Off. I need to build a guitar out of a fence now. But yeah, if you don't know about the Great Guitar Build-Off, check it out. It is going to be incredible, and it's all for charity. So yeah, we've got some amazing YouTube builders and some really substandard YouTube builders as well. Me. ebony planing stuff. I've taken this right down. We've got a sort of a millimetre veneer. It's even on both sides. Ooh, that's a pretty shot. Ooh, look at those. I think I need to find some way to store these carving chisels. It's not like I'm easily distracted or anything. Oh, sawdust. So this is the same trick I did earlier on in the build. Very loosely, very loosely, just totally screw it up, man. It's almost like this is sticky. Just put a layer of lightly held down masking tape. And then we're just going to push that on, and I will be able to see where I'm going to need to route away. So there we go. Bits and pieces that need to be just routed away a little bit, and will make life easier. So yeah, this whole area here. Fun times. Crimson 10. Get a tenner off your ISO tunes. They are part of my daily wardrobe. So at this point, I want to know who wins the prize? Who has noticed the horrendous mistake that has been made? You should have noticed it a few clips ago. And it's completely messed up my plans for today. I was hoping to have this glued up and sorted and ready so that I can go and buy some groceries, because I am the designated shopper in these uncertain times. But no, I'm learning a lot about myself in this build, and one of those things is that I really need to think everything through a little bit more before I get there. I'm so used to the guys at Crimson being absolutely spot on with everything they do, and I asked them to make me a new fretboard, and they made me a new fretboard, but they did not match the neck width. So I've got a fretboard into which I've inlaid LEDs and stuff, and it's about 4 millimeters too wide. This sucks. And I understand exactly why they did that. And if I phone up, they'll say, well, Ben, you know, of course I made it a little bit wider than your neck. You're going to need to plane it down to make it fit. We didn't know exactly what you needed. It's a problem. And I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Except to tell you, tidy it up, go and find some hay fever tablets. I've been sneezing incessantly in the editor's ear for this entire day, which I think you're not going to see, but she currently is not happy about. And yeah, be back. Fun times. 2 options, and feel free to berate me in the comments. Either I glue it down in the center so my dots are all lined up and it's great,
And in order to do that, I will have to remove all of the LEDs down the side and reinstall and do all of that jazz, which I don't want to do. Or I can offset the whole thing, shink, leave the side dots as they are, which is great, slightly offset the routing that I've just done here to give myself time to think. And then essentially all of my dots are going to be off-center. I can then basically do some custom inlays and route something extra, rectangles or something like that, and flood it with resin. And we'll still have the LEDs. They will be slightly off, the LEDs themselves will be off-center, which is a pity. I need that medicine. I'm going to go and get some antihistamines. And I'm going to go and moan about how bad I am. There is one other thing that I can do, and I'm going to think about this a little bit longer. I can actually leave it centered, because off-center lights will drive me insane, and they will be obviously off-center. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to go and finish the body now. We will achieve something. Something will be achieved. And in the next episode, the guitar will be complete. Or at least under finish. Da, da, da. Onwards and upwards. I am Ben Crow's sense of crushing defeat. I'm assuming you've watched the other videos. You've seen a lot of LEDs, you've seen a lot of wiring and me stumbling around making mistakes and playing around and all of that jazz. And I'm still at it, but you're not going to see too much of it. You know what I look like wiring an LED. I came in very early this morning. I was woken up at about 3:30 by a very excited puppy who had found her way upstairs and onto my bed, and in her excitement, my pillow was peed on. So I woke up and came down to the workshop and started wiring LEDs. And one thing I've done quickly is I've changed the resistors from, I've halved them basically, which has doubled the power going to the LEDs and made them brighter. And I also put a secondary little torch unit in here. And what that has done is it's made everything brighter. And we've got what we're after. Everywhere you look, I've got the effect that I was after now. So that's done, and I now need to split these two parts apart and get that acrylic section wired up for light and stuff. I do need to put the switch in properly and figure out whether I'm having 1 or 2 batteries and all of that jazz, but here we go. I remember making a decision about these holes last week, and I can't remember exactly what it was. I suspect. Oh, look at that. What do you think? I think I'm really rather happy. So, that's in there. We've got another 3. That's in there. It's exactly the same thing. I am thinking about having the switch mounted onto the plate on the back here. I don't need it on the front. It's not integral. And obviously, I'm not having a tremolo in this cavity. Quite frankly, I'm keeping this instrument and I don't use tremolos that much. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you use a tremolo or not? Let's see if we can get a consensus here. I think everybody needs to have a guitar with a tremolo, but not that many people use them. Or does everybody use them? What do you think?
I'm shamelessly just trying to get you to comment because it helps, you know, and I see them and try and reply. Onwards. Poop. So, I have, in the moment of doing it, figured out what I'm doing. I'm actually going to drill into the perspex, and I'm just going to run LEDs all the way down. They're going to be installed into the perspex rather than installed into the other side. I will have a separate battery running this line, which unfortunately means separate switches, but you know, it's not a problem. So yeah, I'm going to drill a bunch of holes. Actually, we'll do it here. There go the isotunes. Fantastic. Test. So, here we go, little test up. That's what we're getting. I might need to put one in here, don't I? All right. Some chicken footage for you. All right, I'm back in, and it is another day. I am playing, and it's working. I'm not running wires, I'm just using, I've placed the LEDs close enough together that the legs of the resistors and or the LEDs themselves act as the wiring. So I'm basically going along, wiring up a resistor in between the LED and what is the positive side all the way down there. I might do this. I might use some of this at some point. But yeah, it's looking good. Well, no, it's looking like a dog's breakfast, but it's working. Well, there we go. Even the puppy's excited. Huh. Get in there. Fingers crossed, this is the last one. So throughout this whole process, I've been folding them over and down, trying to get them below the level of, well, where the other half of the body's going to go. I think I've done it well. Better, in fact, than the fretboard, which is going to cause me some trouble tomorrow, but we'll see. So the question is, will this work? I suppose the question is, should I test this? Should I test this with the lights off? I think so. Oh, hell yes. With bells on. Hello, people. I'm very happy. So for now, I'm just manually doing it. I like that very much. Very, very much. This is giving me the exact sort of pulsating feel that I was going for. Very happy. Very, very happy. I should actually just solder this in temporarily, as it were. So happy. What's up, puppy? What's up, puppy duck? Oh, you're so cute. No, not the camera. No, not the camera. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not the camera. You're gorgeous. All right, so we know she's beagle. At least. Her mum was a beagle. Don't know what the rest of her is. You have any idea? We're thinking Alsatian, but who knows? Anyway, check this out. I think it's more impressive in person, actually. Well, that's a pity, considering most of you are going to only see it ever. Yeah, but it's giving me that strobing kind of effect that I'm after. Obviously, this section here is going to be underneath the pickup. Let us get the other half. So we have two things. Ha 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 ha. Did a weird angle that confused me there for a second. Where are we? Nothing is causing any trouble apart from there. Is it too late to change the colour, mummy? Okay. Little bit of adjusting to do. Well, I'm pretty darn happy with that. Okay, so this needs to go somewhere. Let's just wedge you there for now. Nope, let's tape you down. The kids have taken all the tape. All the tape. Ah, I have spares. This is eating too much power. This is eating too much power. I need more. This is Blair Witchy. Okay, here we are. I need to sort the power issue out. Probably means changing all of those resistors for something else. But I'm very, very happy with this. That looks so gosh darn cool. What do you guys think? Leave me know in the comments below.